the equation of the line that contains the point -4, 3, and is perpendicular to the line 3x minus 4y equals 8. So again, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and take Desmos just to visualize it. So I'm gonna stop sharing this, and instead I'm gonna share Desmos so that we can visualize this.
Okay.
So the point that it goes through is -4, 3. And I'll go ahead and label that. So there's the point -4, 3.
Okay.
And then the line that it's supposed to be perpendicular to is 3x minus 4y equals 8. Okay. So that black line is the equation, and this is the point. So it's got to be perpendicular. So if I'm going to visualize that again, I'm going to go ahead and just copy this, and we're going to go back to my whiteboard.
Okay.
Maybe. You hear my grandson. He's crying in the background. Because, he's getting his diaper changed. We're torturing him over here.
There you go.
Okay, so this is the picture. And again, we're going to do this algebraically, but I just want to do this visually as well, just to help me understand. So what we're looking for is a line that's perpendicular, which means it's going to be a 90-degree angle and goes through this point. So that means it's going to look something like this, right? Because it's got to be 90-degree angle going through this point here of -4, 3. We need the slope of this, and we'll need the y-intercept in order to get our answer. We know that slope is rise over run, and so we could use, I don't know, let's see. I'm trying to find 2 points on the crosshair, like this point and this point. So 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3/4. And it's positive, right? That's a positive slope. So our slope is going to be negative, looks negative, and it's going to be the negative reciprocal. So it'll be a -4/3. And I'm guessing, right? Because I'm just using the graph. It's not as exact as the algebraic process. So we're going to go ahead and do this algebraically. So again, I want the slope and I want the y-intercept. Those are the two things that I need. I'm going to start off with, because it's perpendicular to this line here, I'm going to write that, and you're going to help me out. How do I write that in y equals mx plus b form?
So first we'll move over the 3x to the other side. So the equation will read -4y equals -3x plus 8.
Perfect.
And then we are going to multiply by the -4.
So we'll divide by that?
Oh, sorry, divide by the -4,
yeah. Yeah, that's what you meant. All right, cool. So what do I get?
All right, so it's going to be y equals 3/4 x plus 2.
-2?
-2, yes.
Is it minus?
Yes, it is minus, yeah.
I'm doing stuff in my head, and so that's where I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to actually just write it in -4 and -4. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So our slope, the slope of this line is 3/4. And then remember, our slope is going to be opposite in sign and the flip of that. And so it's going to be what?
So it's going to be -4/3.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, fantastic. And the picture really does verify that. So that's good. That looks right. So now I need the y-intercept. And I'm looking at this, and I think I already know what the y-intercept is, but I'm going to go ahead and solve it algebraically. So I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. We already have the m. You just told me it was a -4/3. And then we're going to use the point that they gave us. This is an x. y point. And so my x is -4, my y is 3. So instead of y here, I'm going to write a 3. And instead of x here, I'm going to write a -4. And everything else comes down. So the equal sign comes down, the plus sign comes down, and the b also comes down. And so now I just need to solve for b. I don't need the parentheses around the 3, so I'll leave that alone. Equals. A negative times a negative is a positive, right? And that's -4/1. Nothing cancels. It becomes a positive. Multiply straight across.
So 16/3.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Plus b. All right. Still need to solve for b. So -16/3, -16/3, because I have to subtract that from both sides. And the right-hand side's pretty easy. It's just b. The left-hand side's messy, so I'm actually going to do a little side work.
Okay.
I'm going to do here 3 minus 16/3. When you're adding and subtracting, you need like terms. So I don't have like fractions. I have a denominator of 1 and denominator of 3. And I need to fix that. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom here by
3.
Yeah, 3/3. So that gives me 9/3 minus 16/3.
So it's going to be -5/3.
5/3. Nice. -5/3. Perfect. And so, all right. So I've got -5/3 here. So I'll go ahead and write down the equation. The equation, my answer will be, let me move this up a little bit. Y equals -4/3 x minus 5/3. Okay, that is not what I thought the y-intercept was. When I looked at it, I thought maybe the y-intercept would be -2.
Okay.
That is not a -2. It's close, right? -6/3 is -2. So it's super close, but this is why we don't use the graph. And this is why we use algebra to make sure it's exact. So I'm going to head over to Desmos, and I'm going to go ahead and graph that line so that you can actually see what it looks like. There we go. So help me out again. If you could just say it out to me. Y equals, and it was
-4/3 x.
4/3 horizontal line, x, boom, perpendicular, but not through the point, and then minus
5/3.
5/3, boom. Oh,
it was super close.
No, it's not.
No?
I mean, not really, because it needs to go through that point, and it's not going through. So I made a mistake somewhere. So let's find our mistake, because it should absolutely go through that point.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the book. Okay, yeah.
Right? Yeah, no, it has to go through the point -4/3. So let's see where the mistake was. Let's see. Let me make sure. X minus 4y equals 8. And we subtracted 3x from both sides and divided by -4. We got a positive 3/4 x, which looks perfect. That looks good. X is -4, y is 3. Negative. Oh my goodness. You're going to laugh. I totally didn't catch this. In our notes, we have 9/3 minus 16/3. Yes?
Yeah.
That's 7/3. That's a -7/3.
7.
Right?
No, I think it is 9, right? No, wait. Let me see.
9 minus 16 is how much?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. You said 5 and I totally believed you. But I wasn't, that's okay. I wasn't even thinking. So, so it's actually our equation. Hold on just a second. What does that do? That changes. I'm showing you here. So instead of 5/3, it's
7/3, right?
7. Boom.
There we go. Okay.
Beautiful. Nice. Oh, see, this is why Desmos helps us because of all of the horrible and complicated algebraic stuff we just did, we messed up with the arithmetic.
With like the easiest
thing
part
is just subtracting, and that was all it took. Yeah. so this is a good lesson. We make sure that we don't do that. All right. So I am ready. We're actually not finished with the problem though, because he's just we're not finished because it actually asks for a standard form, and I did that on purpose because I have a lot of students struggle with standard form. So here's the equation, right? And we're going to go ahead and take a moment and write that in standard form. I'm so sorry about screaming. Okay, so it was y equals, I forgot it already. Negative 4/3.
Negative 4/3 x minus 7/3.
7/3. Okay. So standard form is ax plus by equals c. A, b, and c all have to be whole numbers, right? They can't be fractions. So that's problematic. And a has to be positive. So b and c could be integers, but a has to be positive. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the fractions because they shut my brain off. So I'm going to take each one of these and I'm going to multiply by the LCD, which is
3.
Nice. 3, 3, 3. So this 3/3 cancels. This 3/3 cancels. I'm so sorry. Can you hear him screaming in the background?
It's totally fine.
So sorry. And so then I have 3y equals the 3/3 cancel. I get a negative 4x. And then minus 7.
Minus 7.
Right? Because the 3/3 cancel. So the fractions are gone at least. Now all I have to do is move this x term over to the other side. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. I'll put the x term first. 4x plus 3y equals negative 7. And that's my answer. I know I'm done because everything's whole and this guy's positive.
Okay.
If the 4 had been negative, then I would just multiply everything through by -1. But it's not.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. Cool.
Well, thank you.
Is that feeling a little bit better?
Yeah, a lot better actually. I was just getting confused.